Chip. H Game Live, what up? Honda Game, what up? Chip's the omen. Started from the bottom, now we here. Man, F that nonsense, we ain't going nowhere. H Game Live, you don't know it, then Google it. You ain't making in the game till top books shooting. Respect the shooters to the nitrous, forced induced it, straight piped it. Like we do them chicks and they liked it. Motor like steroids, yeah, they built and juiced it. If you got the next lane, you better say goodnight, man. My Trip's the omen.
What is going on, guys? Steve here again from the Honda Game. I know it's been a while since I posted. Cold weather's kind of, you don't really want to do anything. My garage is pretty small. One car garage. Car barely fits in there. But I wanted to give a quick update on one of my long-term projects. This thing I've had for over 10 years. It's actually my first car. Some of the older people, some of the older members might know about this. But it's my 91 CRX HF. I've had this thing. It's been through a dozen motors. At the end of 2017, I actually had an issue with the motor. Took it to the track. Wastegate line came off in the burnout box and hit boost cut around 45 pounds. But let me get into the setup a little bit and I'll talk to you about a little more about that. So this is a 91 CRX HF. It's actually a D to B setup. So the B series transmission, D series motor, and it works pretty good. It's running an old school whole slot turbo. It's a HX35. It has two wastegates. It's twin scroll. It made 500 horsepower and 450 foot-pounds of torque on 30 pounds of boost. It also has a 120 shot direct port wet nitrous kit that we never really got to use. When we had it on the dyno, it was having issues maintaining bottle pressure, and there was an issue at the time with Easy Tune, and it was killing my nitrous control. So it was sprayed for about 500 RPM, and the dyno graph was almost vertical. The power band on this thing is actually really wide. It actually stops making power around 8,000 RPM, so I don't really rev it out that far. The motor is really simple. It's actually a D16A6 block, simple Vitara Eagle Rod setup. Even the head is pretty simple. It's a Comp Cam 59500 AM cam gear and the matching springs. Stock retainers, stock keepers, stock valves. The stock valve guides, they probably have like over 200,000 miles, but it doesn't smoke, there's no play in them. And then it has old school Precision 1000s, and there's a Warborough 450 in the tank. Other than that, the motor is pretty much, simple setup. It does have standard ARP head studs. It does have a twin disc. After the dyno, I was having issues with the clutch. Actually, that's part of the reason we couldn't make any more power, was the clutch just stopped holding. The clutch was rated for about 300 foot-pounds of torque, and around 450 it was just giving us issue. We couldn't get it to hold anything more than that. The car is going low 11s on low boost, so probably like low 300 horsepower. I have yet to make a clean pass, and this year actually took out the motor, like I was saying, at the track. So it's a front-facing turbo setup. A lot of people like my tow hook. It's an old rod that got kind of hurt. Again, it's a front-facing turbo setup. At the track, the wastegate line came off. When it came off, it hit 45 pounds of boost around boost cut. The whole entire housing, everything actually separated. And I came back to the pits. I fixed that. Went to go make another pass, and the motor was already hurt. I did another third gear burnout. Try to pull out to the line, and it shut off on me. I'll see if I can find a video. If I find the video, I'll put it in the clip. But it hurt the motor. And what I mean is, it didn't spin a bearing. It did lift the head, but the front of the block actually has a pretty bad crack. I'm not going to be able to get in the camera, but the crack runs basically from one side of the block, runs across and to the side. If I pour water, you see water draining from the side of the block and the front of the block. I tried to put some epoxy on it, try to seal it just so I could get it going, but that just didn't work. But for this year, we're gonna we're gonna try to get back together. Probably, I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick together with another guitar setup. The bottom end's still good. It'll still fire up if the battery didn't die on me. So all I really need is just another block and drop all the internals into it and be good to go. So the car is on E85, and I think from it sitting so long, I might need to send the injectors out, have them cleaned. The car is, other than that, it's pretty simple. It's interior-wise, it's a mess right now, actually. Interior-wise, it's pretty simple. If you're wondering what that is right there, that's actually a tablet mount, a tablet dash mount. I have a tablet running tuner view, and I can see my rev limiter. I can see like a whole bunch of gauges. Shifter is a Hurst shifter. The shift knob is a Hurst shift knob, and it's an old Fidenza dual bend shifter. The cage itself, there's extra tubes in there for another cage we were putting together. The cage is a S&W cage. I'm still missing this door bar because at the time I only needed one. The car, even when I slip and clutch, still went at 1/660 foot, and a lot of that has to do. There is an additional plate down there. It's kind of hard to capture that video. So we'll go on this side. Yeah, kind of hard to get. So there's a plate that bolts to the bottom of the transmission, and that plate. Get down there. Nope, terrible lighting. The plate actually bolts to my traction bar. It's an innovative traction bar. There's 2 tabs that are on it. I'm going to try to get some video clips of it running from previous times I've had it running. Try to put it into this clip. If you guys have any questions, comments, drop them in the comment box. Make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. So that's my short video for now. More to come later on. We're definitely going to try to make some clean passes. Like I said, I go on low 11s and low boost. The plan is to turn it up. We might push it into the 600 range and just shoot for low 10s, high 9s, and go from there. Just trying to have fun on the budget. This setup is actually really, really economical. Stock sleeves, if anybody's wondering. There's no black R or no CSS. 100% stock sleeves. Stock crank. Stock valves, guides. Just piston rod motor and camshaft. So budget-wise, real friendly. For those of you again that have a little more questions, what else can I show you? So on the D2B setup, the motor actually gets moved over towards the trans by 1 inch. So to make up for that, you end up having to run spacer between the block and the post mount, and that spacer is exactly 1 inch. So it gives you more room. I mean, you can put your whole fist down here. Timing belts on this thing are great, nice and easy, no problems. But simple setup. I have, besides the twin disc that's in it, there's really not that much money in the car. Straight up budget setup, junkyard turbo, homemade turbo manifold, and yeah, simple. I did have to buy a scatter shield, so DP scatter shield. Shout out to Rolando, guy always looking us out. I also have a catch pan that sits underneath it, because now to run in most tracks, at least in our area, you need a catch pan. A little more on this. I have the battery. I'll probably get a shot of it. I have the battery in the wheel well. It's a little dark. Battery in the wheel well / front bumper, just to add weight up front. I have jumper post mounts, so these are usually covered up. Battery died, so I was going to try to charge it, but can't find my charger. That's how it goes. But the plans are going to be to pull the whole motor out, redo the engine bay. This Battleship Gray is starting to flake off. I didn't really do a good job prepping it. Prepped it like shit. But other than that, we're gonna try to make some pulls. Try to make some moves and make this a fun track car that I can also. I don't want to daily it, but I do want to take it out on the street and hurt feelings. But there you go, guys. Hope you liked this video. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Alright, thanks.